In every jam session.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up from sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Rico Beats, Mr. 808.
Okonko pole nimekuja ghafla. Ni vile wewe ukuwa umenibamba.
Femi one pia kwangu we ni mso. Kwanza vile ulituosha kuile vasi ya ligi so
Nakupenda manze wewe ukuwa mhumble.
Asante
Legend kwangu we ni icon.
Stories za icon kwanza weka mbali. Femi one mukwa nimekutamani.
Okonko umeanza kunichocha. Ni show ni wapi uliniona?
Femi one we unibamba. Kwa Instagram nikichekizo mapaja.
Okonko na kitambi utawezana?
Utawezana.
Nikikupea utawezana?
Utawezana. Manze Femi one nikikupata nitakupenda kavile napenda Tumblr.
Okonko na kitambi utawezana?
Utawezana.
Nikikupea utawezana?
Utawezana. Manze Femi one nikikupata nitakupenda kavile napenda Tumblr. Iko haga yako iko naipenda kamke nyumbani na mwiko.
Meja umeanza kuniflata. Unataka kunikula kama plata.
Iyo kifua nataka kuichambua. Mimi nataka kukulamba mpaka ushindwe kupumua.
Kidesign umeanza kunibamba. Nikikupea usiende kutangaza.
Iyo ni siri
wazi.
Kapi namba sitambia mtu sitambia takinkaka.
Haina noma leo utanikula. Lakini kani ndogo usishinde ukikuja. Okonko na kitambi utawezana?
Utawezana.
Nikikupea utawezana?
Utawezana. Manze Femi one nikikupata nitakupenda kavile napenda Tumblr.
Okonko na kitambi utawezana?
Utawezana.
Nikikupea utawezana?
Utawezana. Manze Femi one nikikupata nitakupenda kavile napenda Tumblr.
Napenda machali wako na swaga. Nikicheki fashion yako hapana.
Femi man au machali loko loko. Ni loko tu lakini hawana kagetu.
Nataka kurombosa hadi chini.
Nataka kuyokota uko chini.
Napenda kupakwa nikiwa juu.
Siteti napenda hiyo view.
Fungua bonnet, toa screw. Mbona unanidai na usiniambie uongo?
Na kudai tu umetoka ghetto na we ni manzi hardcore, manzi mathongo.
Okonko na kitambi utawezana?
Utawezana.
Nikikupea utawezana?
Utawezana. Manze Femi one nikikupata nitakupenda kavile napenda Tumblr. Femi uno toto wa Hadija.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Hello, hello, hello. Happy freaking Friday. It's Friday. It's looking almost sunny. My name is Muthoni Gitao and this is She Talks on Power Radio. I hope you've had an amazing, amazing week. I have had a week. What I need is sleep. And honestly, something shocked me this morning, actually like 10 seconds ago. I reached out for the Pulse, and this thing is like 2 pages, and I was so shocked. I was like, when did this happen? I have not touched Gazettes in that long that the Pulse became, like it's 4 pages long. Okay, technically it's 8, but it's literally like 2 papers attached to each other. And I was like, hey, when did we stop caring about the whatever? Zama, it's because everything moved online. What's going on here? Anyway, we have an amazing, amazing show up ahead for you today because it's Friday. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Like the band just told us. And sijui kama mtawezana, but for now, unanimaliza.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Kimamba on the beat. Hili uba limenisafirisha mazima kwenye dunia yangu mimi na wewe, tuwe wote mimi na wewe, alitofuba tutafika lazima, na kwenye moyo wangu uko wewe, tuwe wote mimi na wewe, yani kichwani na kwaza wewe, naona najiingiza mazimu, nini umenipa wewe, mbona midadi na nita, nina imani nikia na wewe, napona hata bila kupima, nini umenipa wewe, mbona midadi na nita, na nilivyodidimia unachuchumia, penzi lako nipewe, vile unang'ang'ania minapenda pia, unafanya nilewe,
unanimaliza 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 unanimaliza. Lordy music on this one. Nitapumulia mipira, nitapokukosa nitashindwa hata kufikiri, na kuwaza we unaniwaza mi, penzi linapata mavuno, unavyonipenda mpaka raha, minatoa posa siwezi kufanya siri, nataka kuwa nawe, nataka kuwa na mi, wanga wanawashwa mikuno, yani mpaka raha, napendwa nalishwa naogeshwa na vishongo, yani mpaka nampenda, na navyoaminishwa kabisa kwamba chaguo lake kabisa kanipenda, napendwa nalishwa naogeshwa na vishongo, yani mpaka nampenda, na navyoaminishwa kabisa kwamba chaguo lake kabisa kanipenda. Unanimaliza unanimaliza unanimaliza.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
That was Unanimaliza by Nandi and Lodi Music. Before we get into the threads today we're getting into the papers as well for some random reason because, well, Kenya be Kenyaing a little too heavy today. The front page of the Standard has a story that says HIV and pregnancy test land KRA in trouble. I'm like, KRA, have you guys learned nothing? Absolutely nothing. Because, see, ilikuwa tu juicy when James was talking about how KRA had landed themselves in court because of a hiring problem. Well, technically, they only accepted... They hired, rather, applicants from two communities, not two major communities, but two communities made up over like 50%. It was actually around 56% of their hires, and they were taken to court thanks to that because there was also like another issue with their hiring thing. Turns out that was not enough for them because these guys went ahead and decided that they were going to subject people to HIV and pregnancy tests. And of course, it's not people because these pregnancy tests are not being conducted on men. They were being conducted on women. So basically what the paper says is that barely days after suffering a court setback on skewed staff recruitment, KRA is finding itself in a tight spot after MPs called for an inquiry to investigate the anomaly and why it subjected job applicants to HIV and pregnancy tests and disqualified 133 who turned positive. I'm like, wait a minute. So are we saying that pregnant women do not deserve jobs? Is that what we're saying? They should not be working? Because if someone is applying for a job, it's because they actually need the job. So I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? KRA, the shame. It's like, first of all, let's talk about how you've been just doing all the wrong things when it comes to trying to tax us. You're trying to tax us to oblivion. But now even in like your recruitment processes, it feels like they're just asking themselves like, how much worse can we get with this? How much worse can this get? The Mandera West MP had this to say: "There's no doubt that gross violation of the constitution was conducted by KRA during the recruitment of the Revenue Service Assistants." That was Adan Haji, the Mandera West MP's quote on this matter. House Committee says it had established Taxman had engaged in gross violation of the constitution in hiring most of Revenue Service Assistants from two communities. So that was the previous thingy, and James did such a great job going, or rather taking us through the court thingy. Mimi, I know nothing when it comes to legal stuff, please. I just know lawyers in Nairobi, stay away from them. That's all I know when it comes to the law, when it comes to these things. But I'm like, this is so... what's happening? Like, KRA, what's actually happening with you guys? This is very, very disturbing. First of all, why are you subjecting people to tests? And also now the other questions, like when they're running these tests, like did they force people? Did they have like, you walk in and then you're told, okay, please, could you give us your urine sample? Is that what was happening? We need a urine sample and a blood sample because why? We need to confirm you're not pregnant or HIV positive. Also, what does someone being HIV positive have to do with the job that they are applying for? I don't see the correlation here. Hey, KRA. I was going to say do better, but it's KRA, so KRA. Surely. Here is Go by Muthaka and Chemutai Sage. You have to, by the way. KRA needs to go.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Never had a love that felt like this. Too deep in there to see the consequence. We had each other, now it's come undone, and I can't forget all the memories. Laying beside you is the thing I miss, and on your heart all the promises. Can't decide if this is right or wrong. All I know is that it's so hard to move on. Mapenzi yako yanichanganya, kila wanipasi kawaida. Don't wanna know if I'm still on your mind, but you should know you'll always be mine. A 10% I'm not where I'm supposed to be. 10 out of 10 I know where I'd rather be. Secret obsession, I'ma run out of patience. It's so hard to imagine what we had stuck in. Trying to see through the smoke. If it's a sign, you let me know. No, still got some things I'd like to show you, but if you've come to the end of the road, you don't want me anymore. Just let me go. Just let me go. Ooh. If I could take it all back, if I forget you, maybe it's for the better. Something's got me good. I'd stay for the sunshine, pray for something sane, but I guess it's easier crying in the rain. Mapenzi yako ilinishangaza, ukiniacha mimi nikizupa. Respect's no longer being served at this table, and my heart feels so unable, and I gotta recognize that I can win this fight, cause I thought that I was flying in the sky, but I was drowning in the ocean. It fixed up your love potion. I pretend I'm not where I'm supposed to be. 10 out of 10, I know where I'd rather be. It's a secret obsession, I'm all run out of patience. It's so hard to imagine what we had stuck in. Trying to see through the smoke. If it's a sign, you let me know. No, still got some things I'd like to show you, but if we come to the end of the road, you don't want me anymore. Just let me go. Oh, just let me go. Please let me
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Shokamoshe, that's what he said to me. Rudi nyumbani, doesn't matter what you did. Shokamoshe, that's what he said to me. Rudi nyumbani, doesn't matter what you did. Oh, oh,
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
That was Shokamushe by Stacey Kamatu. And before that, you were listening to Go by Muthaka and Chemutai Sage. And I'm going to remind you, these baby girls have a show coming up next weekend that is called Songs in Harmony. And they are also featuring Fee as well as Rubini. This week on Monday, we were talking about Jackie Maribe supposed new job. And Moses Kuria has come out to say that he actually did not hire her. However, it is quite interesting that they were seen together when he was doing his duties in Nakuru, and were like, "Hayo." So what is going on here? And of course, as usual, Kenyans had a lot to say about that, and we'll get into that in a bit. But the story is that Jackie Maribe accompanied Moses Kuria during his tour of vocational training centers in Nakuru, despite the Public Service Commissioner's denial of her appointment as the head of communications in the ministry. And I have a question here. Why? Why was she accompanying you, even if she's your friend, given the fact that this had just happened and this was the news that was going everywhere, like everyone was talking about it, and then you come out and you say, oh, no, but that's actually not the case. why is she accompanying you and then you're putting her like in the forefront? It feels like it's a play at something. It feels like there's a reason as to why this is happening. And my worry when it comes to these things is sometimes, are you being used, baby girl? Like that's the question that I would ask. Like, are you being used for something? Because use it too. You were literally acquitted a couple of weeks ago. Amata, it's 2 weeks. Hata wiki mbili zimeisha kweli. Not even a month. It hasn't even been 3 weeks. Na hata tuliambiwa habits zinatakingi sijui 21 days. I don't know how true that is. But it's only been a couple of weeks, and before that, you're in the press for all the wrong reasons. You're in court. You were accused, you were being charged with a murder charge. You get acquitted. And then the next story is about, you getting this new job. And then this person comes and says, actually, that's not the case. She's not getting the job. And then the same exact week where this story is going on, you are there. I wanted to say like a proper Swahili Kirea, but I've forgotten it. Something sijui back or something. That one. You know the phrase. Next to each other, hand in hand, and you are doing rounds with this person out of town. So are you getting paid to do this tour with this CS? Are you working for the ministry in some other capacity? Because maybe the denial is not that you're not working for the ministry. Maybe the denial is like not that exact job. So maybe like, it's like, no, we didn't hire her as the head of communications. And then they didn't finish the statement where it's like, we hired her as something else. Is that what's happening here? Let's listen to Teso by Tattoo. If you don't remember this band, you're too young. If you remember this band, how are your knees? And then we'll come back to some reactions.
Why
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
So my question is, what were you doing during Coca-Cola Pop Stars? What were you doing with your life? Because that is the same age as tukianza kufanya mahesabu hapa hivi sitaki manze kufeel you're old, and I know you're already planning to be outsiding tonight, so I'm not going to do that to you. Sitakuwa wamsi today. For today, on Monday I'm going to remind you as we discuss your needs again. So Jackie Maribe was accompanying CS Moses Kuria to Nakuru after he denied that she was actually not appointed as the head of communication in the ministry that he runs, but they were seen together in Nakuru. He was doing a whole tour, and Kenyans were like, there's someone who said, this country behaves exactly like you would expect a third world country to behave. And I'm like, where is the lie though? Where is the lie? Because honestly, saa zingine tunafanyanga hata we tuko like, shukisha. So someone else was like, Allah, I thought she wasn't an employee. Because I'm like, in what capacity was she doing this tour then? If she's not working for the ministry, in what capacity is she there? Also, let's be honest. We know the kind of media she's going to attract, right? We are already very, very aware that she's in, everyone wants to know now what's going to happen with her now that she was acquitted. She's no longer working as a journalist like she was before. So everyone is curious. Kunaendaje? Someone said maybe the notification was fake, or the PSC was being clear that they had nothing to do with her appointment. That's actually an interesting take. They're saying, see, Mimi, so maybe she is, it goes back to, it's either maybe she wasn't hired in that position, and as this person mentioned, maybe it's, I am not the one who hired her. So it's not that she wasn't hired. Because it feels like the denial is not the hiring part. That's the funny part. It's like there's a lot of things that are being attached to this denial, and they're not, they could have easily just gone like, nope, she doesn't work here. But that's not what they said. It's like she wasn't hired as the head of Nini. And now someone's like, maybe the denial is, I am not the one who hired her. Like maybe she did get the job, but see, Mimi nilimpe your job. So, okay. Someone else commented and said, yes, he is saying that the PSC did you interview the other journalists who are hired by the other ministries? Hapo sijui. Hapo. You guys are asking very good questions. I like these questions. Oh, oof. Someone said another ghost worker. Kenyans, let me tell you, if there's one thing, the reason Kenyans will never leave X, it's because of things like this. Mimi as a person, the reason sitaiacha Twitter, najua mnapenda kuita X squeezy, is because of such comments, because I'm like, what do you mean ati another ghost worker? At least when ghost worker tunaona, wengine hata tuonangi. At least it's a ghost worker you can actually see, yeah? What does CS Moses Kuria know that the rest of the country doesn't know, and he doesn't want us to know? Yeah, hapo siwezi jua hata mimi. Hapo, unless he comes to tell us himself, hapo even me, sina maoni. This one said, I just don't trust the government, that's it. And you know what? Same freaking same. What if Charlene Ruto and Jackie Maribe form a party to run for presidency? Kuuliza tu, please don't give these people ideas. Stop giving these people ideas. Apana, we refuse that one from. Someone said I blame Raila. And you know what? I blame Ruto. I'm with you. There's people we can blame for these things. There's someone who said, there is no need to quickly release statements, but would it have been wise for the PSC to inquire from Moses Kuria about this appointment? The Kuria I know has been moving with his people and pays them out of pocket since he was elected MP. Man has never abandoned his team from around 15 people for decades. So this is so there was actually a press release that was sent out by the PSC. And they are the ones who said that the PSC has not appointed Jackie Maribe into that position. So now we go back to the question that we had asked earlier. Are they saying, oh, it's not us, COCC to mem hire? Or are you saying that she's not working at all in that office, in that capacity? So the tweet I just read was by Dennis Onsarigo, the one about how Moses Kuria has never abandoned his team and he pays them out of pocket. So maybe she's part of Moses's team. Maybe, I don't know. Robert Alai responded to that tweet and said, completed saving Joey, now out to desperately save Jackie? Question mark. Wow. Exclamation mark. I wanted you to visualize it in its wholeness. I don't know. What does that mean, saving Joey? Wasn't Joey like handed a death sentence? But Mimi, by the way, I have theories. I don't know if you guys would engage my theories about why it's a death sentence. Okay, so hapa ni conspiracy theory, by the way, please. This one, don't come for me. Anyone, whoever comes for people in this country, don't come for me. I have 3 cats that I need to keep alive, okay? My conspiracy theory is the death sentence is that it would make it easier for Joey to disappear. Like, become a whole new person, get like a whole new identity, move to a whole other country. That is conspiracy theory from me. I've said it is a conspiracy theory by Muthoni and no one else, and does not apata pia nini. These are my opinions and not the opinions of Power Radio. I'm just saying. But for me, I mean, sometimes I'm like, the way things move in this country, because I'm like, when did you hear of a death sentence? As in, yes, I know it was a high profile case. It had there was a lot of scrutiny. There's been, so for me, I'm just like, anyway, conspiracy theory tumeachia hapo, but I'm also very curious as to why it was a death sentence. I don't know, maybe Nani can help us during Sharia Dive. Maybe he can share something with us on that, from the legal perspective as to, because maybe it's like the charge that he had, maybe that's the sentence it carries. But maybe the only thing I know about lawyers is you stay away from them, especially if they're from Nairobi. Nothing else. I'm gonna read one final tweet. Someone said, bro, you should know that public administration is structured. People enter and leave employment in a structured manner. You don't employ people the way you do with house managers and chamba boys. It is not a free for all. That's going to be my last statement in this case. Let's get back to our Friday vibe, because the party don't stop.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
This party don't stop. This party don't stop. This party don't stop. This party don't stop.
Here we go. See, I'm loving what you do to me, so if it's cool, let me know. We can take it to the VIP because the party don't stop till 3. Meaning you're in the crib all over me. CIBTRIPPER, and we are CAMP to the moolah. We blow this bazooka. It's crazy, baby, how I'm on you like Slim to shit it. Yeah. So let me see your head bob, cause this party don't stop. Cause tonight, you better bring somebody to the club. To the club. Cause tonight, we're calling everybody, so get up. Alright.
This party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and this party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and on.
Let me give your body a job, employ a new technique. Work it, rock it like a cradle in bed, I need a free. Wait a minute, let me clarify. The way you maneuver, I can't deny. So scream from the top of your lungs and maybe I'll pacify ya. Take over, my baby, it ain't over. No fat lady, navigate to the floor, make your way. Dilate, give me more A-OK. It ain't fair, the way you're shaking it and moving it, baby. Make them stare. Step up in the building, everybody and go up. Then it's it. You better bring somebody to the club. To the club. 'Cause tonight, we're calling everybody, so get up. Alright.
This party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and this party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and on.
So get your hands up. Get ready to party on the dance floor, jamming till 6 in the morning. So get your drinks up. Don't spill on nobody. Hit the bar, get some girls, 'cause the bottles we poppin'. But I'm a little bit too bubbly, so all the ladies look lovely, but can't tell if they ugly, 'cause someone get these girls off of me. Meet me by the bar, baby girl, round 3 now. Let's go get some shots. Drink up, 'cause you know the party don't stop. Tonight, you better bring somebody to the club. To the club. 'Cause tonight, we're calling everybody, so get up. Alright.
This party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and this party don't stop. Don't stop. This party don't stop. It goes on and on. Don't stop. It goes on and on. Don't stop. It goes on and on.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Ever imagine like the way Kamula would be dominating the airways right now if that band was formed like in 2020? They were a band. They were a group. Let's call it a group. I feel like these guys were way ahead of their time. But I'm like, hey, they still give us some dope jams. That was Kamula with Party Don't Stop. Today I want to talk about something, Kidogo, before we get into today's topic in the second hour of the show. Yesterday, I saw something and it disturbed my soul, okay? So I was in Amat, I was driving from home because I'm a drive girl, unfortunately. Tujaonekaniwa bado. But anyway, hapo hivyo Brookside, I saw this Mathe jumping over the barrier from the service lane to get into the expressway to go jump the barrier on the other side of the express lane to get onto the other side of Waiyaki Way because she was going to work. And she was like in her cute skirt suit. And I was just like, oh my Lord. Kenyan roads were designed with zero regard for pedestrians. It's like Kenya, tunakwanga kwa watu have been told how we are a walking nation, but we don't have pathways to walk on. We don't have crossing areas on these roads because I was like, that Mathe, if I'm assuming her office is probably around there, if she wanted to cross in a less dramatic manner where she didn't have to jump over barriers, she'd have to like maybe walk further down, then cross, then go all the way up. But even further down, hakuna pedestrian crossing. There's no like demarcated spots where people can cross. And also not forgetting how matatu drivers behave on the roads. And this was so disturbing because I was looking at that, I was like, wow. Yani, who is for us? Who is for us? And especially like on Waiyaki Way, I'm like, what the actual hell? Because that's what that road is, crossing that road. And I know it's so many roads. I know Mombasa Road also has the same exact problem. And even the places that they position this, they're called what? The footbridges. They are so far apart. They do not take into consideration that you've blocked the road the entire way. There's so many offices in this area. Because if you think about it, from say ABC going all the way down, so ABC Place, that area, there's a pedestrian crossing where there's the roundabout. Then you come down. There's the one that at Aga Khan, we have like the other crossing. The next one is like at Sarit. So the people who work between Aga Khan and Sarit, what are they supposed to do? Because that's quite the distance. And there's like a bunch of offices, there's people who live there. As in, come on, make it make sense. And when I saw that, I tweeted, I was just like, wow, this is madness. And I discovered that Justin Wanda, if you do not know Justin Wanda is an amazing, amazing comedian. She has actually made a mockumentary on this same issue, and she's trying to actually bring attention to this problem, because she's like, these roads are just, they're not it. And she shot a really short, it's like a tiny short film, and it's talking to different people. Again, it's a mockumentary, but it's based on real life anyway, on the madness of crossing roads in this country, like how hard it is to just cross the freaking road. I'm just trying to get from point 1 to point B. It's such a simple thing, but in Kenya, it's a sport. Even when you think about like the CBD, there's parts where we know, for instance, like if you're trying to walk certain areas, you can't even walk kwanza in the evening. The moment those mothers come, put their clothes there and they put their fruits and whatever, the businesses have put their things all the way on the road. So we are forced to actually walk on the road. And then, not forgetting, those same pathways that are meant for us to walk on, they're the same pathways that Buddhas use to get away from traffic and everything. And it reminds me, even like last week when I was, when we were at PDF and I was getting off on Uhuru Highway, trying to cross over to the other side, it was such an extreme spot because I'm battling with Buddhas on every turn. The cars on one side, they're in traffic, but even crossing there, it's like, in Kenya, a Buddha can fall from the sky. When you look, you can't just look left, look right, and then cross the road. That's a lie. In Kenya, you have to look, it's a 360 view, and then you look up and down because a Buddha will come from anywhere and it will pita with you. Which also reminds me, this morning, actually, we got into a tiny kofefe with another Buddha where we bumped into it because the guy literally came out of nowhere without looking, and we were passing. And if the Buddha guy who I was riding with wasn't a bit more careful, because he clocked it and he was hooting and slowing down, we'd have ended up, me by the way, hata singekuwa nikifanya hii show. Mngekuwa mnanitumia rambi zinitangwa nini. You'd be sending me get well soon messages and stuff because of that. So I'm like, what would it take for us to have pathways for people who are walking, for the pedestrians? And then we have, because we know Bodas are here to stay. They're not going anywhere, unfortunately, or fortunately, because also they save our lives. Bodas are here to stay. Can they get their own lane where we have the Boda lane, so they know this is our spot? Then you have the whatever's for the vehicles. And then the Boda lane can be the one also guys who ride bicycles ride on. And, we all get home safe and we don't have to be jumping over barriers on Waiyaki Way because we're just trying to get to work. It is, there's someone who said, Nairobi chose to embrace the derogatory meaning of the word pedestrian. And you know what? So true. It is so, like there's, like, I see a lot of people complaining about Waiyaki Way, and I had not even actually mentioned that this was like Waiyaki Way, because my tweet just said, where Nairobi roads were designed with zero regard for pedestrians. That was it. But now you see people talking about Waiyaki Way. This were like, it's a nightmare. The Westlands roundabout, because crossing it is a nightmare. I know I have to cross that Nini almost every day when I'm coming. Actually, every time I'm coming to the office, I have to cross there. And Mimi, honestly, if it is not my confidence in inanipitishangeyo barabara, it's nothing else. It is me, I just bitter, like, I make these people stop. There's someone who said they have to raise their hand now whenever they're crossing the road. Like, the way you used to raise your hand in class. They raise their hand like that when they're trying to cross the road. That's how mad crossing Kenyan roads is. And the design is just bad. And the worst part is that they keep redesigning these roads and keep ignoring those factors. How are you ignoring how people are going to cross a road and you're building a whole new road? Like, just consider everyone. It's there's someone who even said that apparently Kelly's, when she was in Kenya, she actually made a comment and said, here pedestrians don't have the right of way. They lie to us by the way, and they tell us how we have right of way. Ukiwa shule and you're learning, it's a lie. It's a lie. People will pita with you and move on like you never existed. So maybe you can join Justin Wanda in this campaign, because I think I'm going to she's trying to raise awareness on just how insane this is, and she's running a campaign on it. I don't know if she has a hashtag or anything, but check out Justin Wanda on Twitter at Justin Wanda, and it's Wanda with a WANDA. Justin. So Justin is JUSTINE, Wanda WANDA. And maybe we can raise awareness and see how, I don't know, how we can get these things to change, man, because the madness. And msikuja hapa kunza kutuambia, oh, so you buy a car. Even you put your car out of the road so that we can walk there. Nonsense.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Apple. Yeah. Apple. Uhuru Gardens tuko Jaba, wengine wako miti. Zetu ni majaman, zenu pikipiki. Leo tunaenda Kanan, beba zigi mingi. Kakuna mamadam, beba sidi mingi. Ni mimi hapo back left, paparazzi wanaifanya ngumu kufanya usherati. Nakumbuka kabla nifuge manati, nilikuwa na wakunywa na ile koloni ya Versace. Squeeze a backseat, ilikuwa love seat. Smooth na manual unafikiria ni automatic. Tint kwa window muadhara ndo hatutaki. Hapa perfection tunaifanya bila practice. Mbele naona success, nafunga hat-trick. Mindo the chef kwa hicho itisha hapik. Tangu tuingie kwa hii mchezo sindo heartbeat. Nairobi City tunairan kama athlete. Just tusijali, hatukujudge. Hapo usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo
iseti hapo ni kuhandle, alafu kamtutoweloka kia mlango, ni kuingize ndani ya box kama balo. Julo siwezi kubali kula tu kwa macho. Ambia Biniman mepata kuinua dancehall. After leo utarudisha weave salon. After leo na wacha armies na mavalo. Haukai kutisha feona kakukua na passport. Kitu kaini rea ichimbe ndo wipate. Mina nyash kwa hewa ni kama jet ya private. Vutia wateja ni kama wekwa magnet. Itatachwa teja hadi waitane.
Just usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo just usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo
Kendo inabisha isi 9mm. Tint kwa dirisha usini mine nikipita. Geuze ni vichwa injili imefika. Na white tunaficha nka tunafilisika. Kendo inabisha isi 9. Tint kwa dirisha usini mine. Geuze ni vichwa injili imefika. Na white tunaficha nka tunafilisika.
Just usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo
Nasikia
Power Radio. Tune in and power up. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
The Melanin Queen. Sisi ni wale tuliosaidiwa na Mungu. Sisi ndo wale tuliobarikiwa na Baba. Sisi ni wale tuliosaidiwa na Mungu. Sisi ndo wale tuliobarikiwa na Baba. Sina hela, sina pesa, sina doo, sina nyumba, sina gari, sina hoo. Kila kukikucha minayowaza kesho, napiga moyo konde nitafika. katika wanaokudharau leo watakusalimia kesho kwa heshima, wanaokusema sema watakusifia kesho, unaokula nao na kucheka nao, kesho kidondoka utokuwa nao. Piga moyo konde wakati wa Mungu, wakati sahihi. Piga moyo konde wakati wa Baba, wakati sahihi. Sisi ni wale tuliosaidiwa na Mungu. Sisi ndo wale tuliobarikiwa na Baba. Sisi ni wale tuliosaidiwa na Mungu. Sisi ndo wale tuliobarikiwa na Baba. Jana niliumwa nikadhani nitakufa, leo niko fiti, ukinicheki nadumbika. Nilipotishwa kazi walidhani nitasota, leo niko juu, ile kibosi nadumbika. Kama unaamini umesaidiwa na Mungu, piga kelele, kelele moja, kelele mbili. Kama unaamini umesaidiwa na Mungu, piga kelele, kelele moja, kelele mbili. Sisi ni wale tuliosaidiwa na Mungu. Sisi ndo wale tuliobarikiwa na Baba. Sisi ni wale tuliosaidiwa na Mungu. Sisi ndo wale tuliobarikiwa na Baba.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio. Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio. Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Hello, niggas blowing up my phone. Usinihala kama huna phone. Mnani choke, mnani kabako. Hello, nyiribetinde wa yudogi mawadwaro. Werigi jogi gidwa promises of life. Werigi jogi do machinji ya online. Vijana wa Nairobi msinilete ufala, ndio maana mi huishingi hatungepatana. Ukinikata mara moja wezi nitamalaya. And you're telling everybody that this Gucci's on fire. Only fans, penye mefika na fungua only fans. Kauna nipenda tu mafea in advance. Penye mefika no romance with no finance. Only fans, yeah, yeah. Only fans. Penye mefika na fungua only fans. Kauna nipenda tu mafea in advance. Penye mefika no romance with no finance. Only fans, yeah, yeah.
Hello, ladies blowing up my phone. Aki bien, you are so bomb. Wakituma fea twakuja kwako. Oh yo, steady grinding all night long. Na sikuji kasi form ya door. Itabidi ukanje ndo tupige show. Ukisikia sauti solo jue ni kubaya. Hii muziki ya Kenya twaipeleka Ulaya. Na temperature inapanda warazi wanakwaya. Tutashinda magrami before tumeretire. Me say only fans.
walimefika natambua OnlyFans kanika kitu mtumia OnlyFans walimefika nafanyia OnlyFans OnlyFans yeah OnlyFans walimefika natambua OnlyFans kanika kitu mtumia OnlyFans walimefika mutambua OnlyFans OnlyFans yeah
Power Radio. Tune in and power up. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Mimi niliwaambia every Friday mtakuwa mnasikiza hiyo song sababu if things don't change in this country nitakuwa tu na play hiyo song alafu hapo chini naeka link yangu ya OnlyFans. That was OnlyFans by the Only Rosa featuring BN. Welcome to the second half of the show. This is the second hour of the show. And today we're going to be tackling a very sensitive topic to an extent. Najua ni Friday, but allow me, please. Allow me to do this. Today we'll be talking about the silencing of victims of domestic violence, especially online, but also in general, because there's if you've been online the last couple of days, you've seen the name Ngugi wa Thiong'o popping up, and it was thanks to this. That's the reason we're having this conversation, actually. His son, there was like a piece, an article that was posted, and his son came online and talked about how this man abused his late mom. And the thing that caught my attention was the way people reacted to that news. And it was in regard to the way they were like, oh, no, like, hizi vitu ni za nyumbani, you don't have to come tell us. And I guess it's because a lot of people view this man as a hero, right? They're like, oh, this man, he's a hero to us. And sometimes I think when we are so attached to our heroes, we think they can do no wrong. And we have to admit or accept the fact that our heroes can also be bad people. They can be people who create beautiful art. We can have people who create beautiful art, but they themselves are not good people. Let me use that statement. They can be a-holes, they can be jacks, they can be violent, they can be abusive, they can be people who cause other people harm. And when those people speak up, you don't get to decide that the status of this person as a hero in your life is more important than the lived experience of someone who lived under them or someone who experienced the abuse that this person unleashed on them. So that's the reason I figured that maybe we can have this conversation, because it was very, very sad. The reactions that this statement received was very, very sad, because the son, his name is Mokoma, he came online and they had posted I think it was an article from back in the day, and it was titled "A Novelist's Lonely Wife," and I think it was about the mother and the fact that maybe she was living like a lonely life. There was news that came out when he was sick, and it was like, oh, I've been abandoned, no one's taking care of me. And so when people saw this, they're like, now we see why. Sometimes it's not that people have abandoned you, it's that people saw, your kids saw the way you treated their mom. So they don't want to be, no one wants to associate with someone who abused them. You know, it's like, it's a traumatizing thing, right? And sometimes we forget that abuse that is mitigated towards, that's unleashed on a partner, you don't hide it from the kids see it. So as much as like your partner might not say anything or do anything about it, or might not be in a position to do something about it, in the future, when people talk about how kids these days go no contact with their parents, it's because of such things. I'm like, you are someone who caused me so much harm. You caused harm to the person I loved. Why am I keeping you around? I keep my distance because you never change who you are. That's how I view you. You are someone who caused us harm. That will not change. So today we're going to have a conversation on the silencing aspect of this. And we're going to get into that in a few. For now, this is Last Name
Power Radio. Tune in and power up. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Circling down, don't even know. Looking for someone to get me out the door. You got me dumbfound. Need a bit more than telling me how we gon' be affected. Oh, there's something about the way you make me feel. Something about the way you made me new. Something about the way that we could be messing us up. Nearly got me waiting outside. You got me going. I don't even know your last name, but you got me like. See, I don't even know your last name, but you got me like. You better go sign the waiver, 'cause I'ma violate you and then more. Telling me how we gon' bang bang, then get the ring more. Doing less talking. So many try to get inside my feels, but nobody got it. But better sign that deal. Nearly got me sticking around. Maybe there's something about you, about something about the way you make me feel. Something about the way you made me kneel. Something about the way that we could be messing us up. Nearly got me waiting outside. You got me going. I don't even know your last name, but you got me like. I don't even know your last name, but you got me like. I don't even know your last name, but you got me like.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
You are listening to Power Radio. My name is Muthoni Gitawa, and this is She Talks. And today She talks about the silencing of victims of domestic violence, especially online. Statistics tell us that 40% of married women in Kenya have reported being victims of either domestic violence or sexual abuse. 40%. That's quite a high number. 40% is like, that's a lot. That is a lot. And these are married women. And when they talk about the domestic violence, of course, it's from their partners who are their husbands, right? In this, because they're married women. 40% is quite a high number. There's also a research that was done where apparently most Kenyans view domestic violence as a private matter rather than a criminal matter. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Over 54% of people who were interviewed, or rather the subjects of this survey, 54% of them, they strongly agreed that domestic violence is a private matter. And this was also evident in the conversation that was happening online this past week, in regards to when the son of Ngugi wa Thiong'o decided to just, put it out there and say, man, this man was a violent man. He caused so much harm to my mother, to my late mother. And there were men especially who came and were saying, you guys just handle this kifamilia bana. You don't have to come tell us online. And according to this survey as well, actually 54% strongly agreed, and then 15% just agreed and said, yes, it's a private matter. When you put those two numbers together, that is 69%. 69% decided or agreed or view domestic violence to be a private matter. And only the rest of them, that's 29%, 21%, 31% rather. 31% they viewed domestic violence as a criminal matter. So this informs the people who are having these conversations online, because these are people who live with us every day, who talk to us every day, who we work with in the office, and they're the ones who probably you'll show up with a black eye to the office and they tell you, okay, yeah, you don't have to tell anyone what happened. You can just keep this to yourself. And they will probably look at you some type of way if you say, yeah, there was violence at home and I reported my partner to the police, or I went and reported to the chief, they'd be like, ai, mbona unaenda kuaibisha familia yako? There's been stories, or I don't know if you know of instances where when women go and, for instance, I speak mostly on women because even the statistics are showing that it's over 40% of women experiencing domestic violence. So there's stories where you hear a girl, it's like, oh, we've been dating, and then the moment you get married, this man starts hitting you. And then you go home and you go to, like, say your parents, you say, hey, Mimi, by the uko, I am not going back. Why? This man is hitting me. And the first thing they'll tell you is, these things happen, Bana. Just go, work on your marriage. Vumilia. It's a part of life. And that is such a common. Let me tell you, I hate that phrase. Vumilia. Wait, if there's one thing I don't know how to do, I don't know how to vumilia, by the way. Mimi, I'm walking out right now, packing my bags. I'm not even packing. I would rather live with the clothes on my back. I don't believe in vumiliaing because I honestly believe that a lot of people they're geared towards testing how far they can go with things. So it's like, let me see how much I can get away with. So if I slap you today and I get away with it, tomorrow it won't be a slap. Tomorrow it will be a kick in the stomach. The next day it will be I'm being thrown down the stairs. These things, that's how it happens, Bana. Like, of course, we've had the stories where someone immediately day one, it's like, oh, someone was thrown out, chapad really badly. They're in the hospital, they've been hospitalized. But because there's also this aspect of they also want to see how far they can go with it or how much they can get away with. It's like they'll slap you go home. Then your parents tell you, go vumilia. Then now they know, even your folks co-sign. They're like, they're with me. Kama wamemrudisha. Then they're thinking, and then you hear words like people go like, I was disciplining her. Haibo. What do you mean disciplining? Who are you to discipline me? When we walked down the aisle, when they said, and the two shall become one, they didn't say, and one shall become 1.5, and the other one is 1/2. And then now you become. No. They said, you people become an entity. You're partners. You are partners. You are not, I'm not your subordinate. You're not here to teach me lessons and to punish me for things. No. We are partners. So when you say you're disciplining me, what does that mean? What are you saying exactly? And I'm like, if there's 69% of people who honestly believe that it's a private matter, that's the reason why they send you back. They say, no, ama tukae chini kifamilia. We discussed this. Let's just see. Ama the ones who ask you, what did you do? Let me tell you. Mimi, I don't chapa people. But if you want me to just get angry, and I know we're talking about violence, I'm not a violent person. But if there's a phrase, if there's a statement I hate, it's that one for what did I do? Because I don't think there's anything anyone can do that would warrant being bitten. There's nothing that you do that would warrant your husband coming and just slapping you or kicking you in the stomach or throwing you down the stairs. There's literally nothing. And the worst part is, even when these conversations are happening, someone just says that, oh, ugali liungua. It's usually the most minute of things that, like, we can scrape that part off. We can cut it, as in, we still have more ugali to eat. It's always the smallest of things that, oh, haukupika nyama. Na hukuachiwa pesa ya nyama, by the way. Si ati kulikuwa na nyama imenunuliwa ukasema. And even that, it doesn't matter what it is. It does not warrant. For me, I don't think there's any reason anyone can give me that would be like, oh, now that makes sense. That explains why that man hit you. No. There's never going to be anything that someone will tell me where I'll go like, I see it. Never. So I'm like, the statistics are telling us everything we need to know about the situation. And not just that, the way people are reacting, the way people are behaving online also communicates the same, because there's even a person who had the audacity to come and say, Ati, oh, I respect you, like as a professor and everything. But Bana, these are not things you can tell people online. Okay, who am I supposed to go tell? Because if someone is talking about the pain that they were subjected to, and you're thinking, you guy, why are you tainting my hero's image? Like, do you honestly think that the image you have of your hero is better than, like, you're a stranger? Let's start here. This person does not even know you. This your hero does not even know you. This person is coming and saying, no, this person caused me harm. This person who I trusted, this person who was supposed to protect me, because your parents are supposed to protect you, right? If this person is willing to hurt your mom, who's the partner, who's to say I'm not being hurt? And also the trauma of dealing with that. There's someone who said it so eloquently, and they said, the people who, the perpetrators of abuse, they sometimes think that their kids are going to be as silent as their wives. And that's not the case. The kids are the ones who are going to hold you accountable. This is Mwaki by Sophia.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up. Power Radio. Tune in and power up. Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Wananiambia mimi ni malaika, ninawapendeza wote, wananiwaza, siwezi wakata njaro zao manufaa. He's trying to blind you, girl.
many times I told you I'm the type of guy you'll never find messing around with your mind, alright. But ever since I've been away, you acting like I wanna play. Do you know how you make me feel?
Pero yako waza kwanza wapi tofauti yake nao sina noma naye Pero yako waza kwanza wapi tofauti yake nao sina noma naye
sigara kwa wingi na gnagda tu atiwe kukuwa na mita kuwa blanda juu mekuwa bad boy ever since standard 2 kutambua watoi mateke hadi na ganda mguu lakini ajui ya ifaidi akikuambia mini roughneck bad boy ndo unanipenda zaidi kila roho yako imechagua ishachagua na hiyo ni kitu nikoshua hata yeye mwenye anajua ni Shinski
Baby una smell fresh kama lavender na cherry silikuite Mariah jo vile umecarry ring kwenye belly na smile ya Halle Berry matake yani like since ni cheki koteli jumi wanga juu ya maji jo kama ferry ni wanga magushi na sedusa hata medusa na gusa kibusa anapata magusa 9 inches kwa boxers abas baby
Pero yako waza kwanza wapi tofauti yake nao sina noma naye Pero yako waza kwanza wapi tofauti yake nao sina noma naye
This year's getting critical Intale kichuo and the physical Nipe nafasi nipe hii interval Nikuoneshe loving is unbeatable Now ambie wasintafie Tuende nyumbani baby tusinzie Nikupe detu ima kwa kalenda Nikupe agenda kupenda bogi benda
Nimetia bidii bana sinikubali Ukinikataa na chenja best yako kwani mtu wa nguvu kama mimi siwezi kaa bila manzi Siwezi kwa kila siku najisitizia ndani kwa ndani Nipe roho yako, nipe kila kitu yako Shika maua, ringia beste zako Shika halua, kulisha beste zako
Pero yako waza kwanza wapi tofauti yake nao sina noma naye Pero yako waza kwanza wapi tofauti yake nao sina noma naye sina noma nao Pero yako waza kwanza wapi tofauti yake nao sina noma naye
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Did you know that that song was actually an ad for Motorola? Did you know that? Yes. And I was like, hey, the guys came and they showed up and they showed out. I love that song. It just reminded me of Abbas. Let me tell you the way I loved that man. Where? I love it had like two artists that I had like crushes on as a child. As a little young girl, I was like, oh my God, Nyashinsky. Huh? And then there was Abbas. I was like, oh my gosh, this man. Anyway, I was a little girl before I met Nairobi men. Squeezy. Tuna follow the rules of the song. Usimpe roho yako waza kwanza. Amen. Amen. And the church said, amen. So today we are having a conversation about silencing of victims of domestic violence. And this is thanks to a conversation that started online where an author was brought to books by their child, where it was like, ish, by the way, Baba kukua all that in their house. He was not a good father. He was not okay, I don't know about a good father. Let me take back my words. I don't know about that. As we love them, the writing, we're like, hey, Junius man, thank you so much for all the good work. And I love this particular tweet that was shared by Mwende. Shout out to Mwende Ngao. Woot woot. She's an amazing, amazing blogger in Nairobi. And she said, I wish we'd accept that you can be a very gifted or talented a-hole. That being gifted doesn't mean you're a good person. That choosing to be an a-hole doesn't take away your gifts. The forcing of morality on genius is delulu. Accept that many of our heroes are horrible people. And yeah, I totally agree with that, because just because someone gave us amazing work doesn't mean that then we get to ignore all the other terrible things that they've done just because we're like, okay, cool. Let's just ignore that because, hey, this book is really good, or let's ignore that because his music is really good. And I think that's the reason why for me, I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna go in the global level kidogo. I don't get people who still listen to Robert Kelly. I don't like Mimi. If you'll never hear me because you're still putting money in this man's pocket, and especially after watching that documentary, right? And even now, like I'm like the moment you have a scandal, that is the moment me and you we are done. I don't care how much I loved your music because there's people who say, oh, let's separate the artist and the art from the person. No, the art was created in those spaces and for me, I learned that when I watched that documentary, Surviving R. Kelly, because in that docu, you would hear the women talk about how he would use his music after he's done something to them. And then he comes and he tells you, I know this and this happened. I know I did this to you, but I wrote you a song. So that song was used to gaslight someone. That song was used to keep someone in bondage. So that's the reason for me, I'm like, I'm not separating the artist and the art from the a-hole. For me, as far as I'm concerned, you're one and the same person. One thing is informing the other. You being the a-hole is informing your art in one way or another. So I'm not going to separate the two. No. I will not separate the two. That's who you are. So you don't get to come and put this, oh, look at us. We are what. No. We are not going to do that. And again, we go back to the statistics. The Kizungu imemkudi, okay? The statistics are telling us that over 40% of women in Kenya have reported, and these are the ones who've reported. We know that reporting is also like on the low end when we talk about things that are about domestic violence, sexual abuse, sexual violence. A lot of it is what's not reported. The higher numbers are the ones that are not reported. Over 40% of married women in Kenya have reported being victims of either domestic violence or sexual abuse. Over 40%. Like, I need that to sink in. And those are the ones that are reported. Over 69% of people believe that domestic violence is a private matter. These numbers are very... Mimi zinanishtua roho. I will not lie to you. They are staggering my heart. They are making me feel like, where? I don't... And the worst part is that these things happen when you say, oh, it happens in the house, so it should stay in the house. Who am I supposed to discuss this with? Because you're telling me that then I'm supposed to discuss this with my abuser. Because that's the home. When you say, let's keep it in the house, that is the house. Are you telling me that I should appeal to my abuser to stop abusing me? Is that your solution? Is that the solution you want to offer? That the best option for me is to appeal to the person abusing me and being like, please, please, please stop abusing me. Come on now. Like, we have to do better, and we can't be silencing people. We should not silence people when they decide that they are ready to talk about the abuse that they suffered under someone else, just because we hold this person in high regard. And the fact that the person who came to talk about this abuse, it's a man who's talking about abuse by another man. And the people silencing him the most are other men. But men will come online and complain about how, their mental health issues are not taken seriously. You're the one silencing your friends. You're silencing your peers. You're silencing other men when they say, by the way, I suffered this kind of anguish. I suffered this kind of mental abuse or even physical violence. Because this is it's a traumatizing thing. So it's not going to atipita you because, it happened to your mother, so you just ignore. You're like, oh, nilikuwa kwa room yangu. No, it affects you as well. Just because, it's like, because I don't know the details of everything. When he mentioned that it happened to his mother, his late mother, right? There's someone who even brought up something about the fact that after Ngugi's wife had been assaulted, she'd been raped by a gang, and she was paraded in in newsrooms to tell her story. When she went through that, it's like, Ebu, come tell them what happened to you. And I was like, wait, what do you mean? And I'm like, that is such a harrowing thing. What? As in, yeah, we should accept that our heroes can be terrible people. We should just accept that fact. And then at that moment, now you have to ask your question, am I willing to give more to this person? Do I want to continue idolizing someone who causes this kind of harm? When you come and silence someone when they've decided to speak about it, and I have a friend who also talks about this a lot, and I've seen the same thing. He actually talks about how it happens to him a lot. Shout outs to Rick Spoit, because it's the same thing, where when he talks about the abuse that he witnessed because he grew up with an abusive father who was abusing his mother, and he talks about, I really suffered because also some of this was happening to him as well. Men still come back and say, no, keep this in the house. Why are you trying to shame your father? I'm like, what is this? Why do we want to not shame our fathers so badly? Because it's always the fathers. It's like, because even someone here, like, listen to this. I honestly disagree with you that victims of abuse should maintain peaceful silence, as you called it. Because someone was like, oh, let's do peaceful silence. It's like, what is peaceful silence, if we're being honest? Let's be peaceful. We don't have, like, let's just keep it to ourselves. What is that? Maintain peaceful silence. When it's very heartbreaking. And what you do is like you keep telling people, it's like you're invalidating something that someone went through and telling them, it's like, okay, fine. Like, we really don't care about your pain. Like, shut up already. That's not the nini. And then you're told, oh, Sujui, just forgive them and move on. Forgiveness is also earned, because when you look at like such a situation, you are the adult in this situation. The father is the adult in this situation. The father is the one who's causing the harm. But now you're telling the person who suffered that harm that they should just forgive this person. It's like, just forgive them. Come on. Acha hold grudges. Even forgiveness has to be earned. You don't just get forgiven just because, no. Even that has to be earned. And then now people wonder, someone has gone no contact when you're an adult. And I've seen people, I have friends who I've seen online being told that, no, just forgive your mother, just forgive your father. They were doing the best they could. Their best was harming me. That was their best? Come on. Let's not police how people deal with the pain and the trauma that was caused to them. Here is Pandeile by Saru.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Shout out to Vince on the beat, by the way.
Dear ex, ni mimi mresh. Leo utashtuka sana, juu itakuja kama text. Naona kwako uko sawa na mi kwangu na ni mess. Na flirt many stress, kwangu kila siku ni case. Unanipigia, mbona unanikatia? Kwanza naomba itoke siku nisike tu umedisappear. Alafu sikiza my dear, au mademu nakatia, po maskani nkipitia. Sifa wanakuharibia, papara, punguza, soon utaparara. Kukuru, kakara, natafuta madhara. Futa bamba tena kwanza ukipata ogopa muhadhara ataki kani yako sitaki, hujapewa umenusa, ushatangazia umati. Senge kucheki na kupimia na manati, upigwa moja pa kichwa katikati. Peleka pande ile wapi kule peleka pande ile wapi kule peleka pande ile pande ile na unaona jisikia. Hizi pande zetu hatunanga idea. Kuna vitu vingi vya maana si uzingatia. Kwani we ni wa wapi? Haujasikia? Hii ni gari kubwa, wesi abiria. Hapa kali umbwa, wezi karibia. Lafu mindo malkia, unaanzaje kunikatia? Hebu soja funga njia kwanza, gera rahia. Kama uko na ex kando yako na nakutupia machoka na hey you make a clap now. Uko na ex wa makex na vex kwa hii place kana hey you make a clap now. nimepost mwenzako mi niko kos kuna piga tu matos na kona chali mdos niko hapa pot ndo nimekujia hii posh mkwapi niwapige tosh tell him this is his loss peleka pande ile wapi kule peleka pande ile wapi kule peleka pande ile wapi kule
Big shout out to Vince on the beat, by the way.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
You are listening to Power Radio, and this is She Talks. My name is Muthoni Gitao, and we are just looking through a story of a conversation that happened online, and we're discussing the silencing of the silencing of victims of domestic violence, especially on online spaces. After Nani Mukama posted the tweet, there was this guy who came, and this is, I think, also it caused like a whole uproar. This is what he wrote. He said, "Prof, sorry for everything. If all this is true." So first of all, you've already brought into question. You don't want to believe him, because if all this is true, is like literally hidden between hyphens. It's like, so if it's not true, you're not sorry, but also you're questioning someone talking about their lived experiences. Okay. If all this is true, but many people really respect you, your late mother, and your very brainy father. I humbly suggest that you embrace the strength or wisdom of peaceful silence. Peaceful silence is in caps. I need you to visualize this with me. Almost every family/individual, that is again in caps, in this world has issues here and there. Listen, issues are tuna struggle kulipa rent, tumekosa chakula this week. Those are issues we can say as a family we're going through it, tunakapitia. Someone has lost their job, mtoto amefukuzwa shule. Those are issues. Violence against your partner, that's not like issues we can just be like, families have issues. No, not all families have violence happening in the household. So you can't just be like, oh, now shut up because other people go through it too. And also just even if all families were going through this, that is not a good enough reason for us to shut up about it. It means then we need even to talk about it even more, because it shouldn't be the norm. We should not normalize this. We shouldn't make this the norm that then we're like, si nyinyi pekee mnachapwa nyamazeni. What the hell? That is madness. And for me, what this tells me is like, now with such a man, I can't trust you not to do the same to someone else. Because why would you tell someone to shut up about their personal experience with someone else? Because it's funny here, because of me, I hate respectability politics. Let me tell you, respectability politics are the worst, because you are thinking, oh, because this is a respectable person, or because we respect this person so much, or this person is held with so much regard, high regard in the society, then we shouldn't talk about the ills or the bad things they've done. That is how we end up with the kind of politicians we have, because we're like, hey, we ni mheshimiwa, we'll not talk about the bad things they've done. That is how we end up. Like I'll take you back to the story of Sharon and a certain governor. That's how we end up with such situations, because respectability. We're playing a respectable game. We don't want to hurt a respectable member of society. Oh, even that thing for respect your parents. Respect is also earned. You have to earn. I think the problem is we give respect too easily. We're just like, hey, we'll just respect everyone. Kwanza, the other one I hate is that one for respect your elders. Why am I respecting you? Are you deserving of my respect? Because you can be telling me I respect my elders. If I'm respecting you because of age, that is madness. You have to be a respectable person for you to be respected. If you're not a respectable person, I am wasting my respect on you. So respectability politics is being used to silence victims. We've also had, I'll go back to my friend Rix, where when he talks and then people go like, but that's your father. You shouldn't talk like that about your father. If my father is a trash man, he's a trash man. Full stop. If your father is an abuser, they are an abuser. They don't suddenly become this amazing person just because you've decided not to talk about it. No, they'll still be an abuser. And having the courage to speak on this is this is very commendable, because we get to see all the sides and all the facets of these things. Because let's not forget, this man was preaching about decolonizing our minds. There's a scholar, I don't remember her name, and I wish I remember. But I think also Toni Morrison has said something in this regard, where they said, they were asked a question about disciplining your child or beating your child as a form of discipline. And they said that is, they said that's like, I don't want to paraphrase too badly, but they said it's like, it's a way people are taught to, it's like the form of punishment that comes with being chapwad. It's like the way, it's a colonial mindset. It's a colonial institution that was left behind when things happened. So being beaten as a form of punishment, this works even in school. Because you notice how even when you watch films and TV shows, when kids misbehave, they're given a timeout, TV is taken away from them. But as we were taught, no, you beat them. You can't teach through violence. And this reminds me of my cousin when we were young. And anytime he would do something wrong and then he'd actually be bitten, it got to a point where he would just go like, see, I'll just be chapad and then we move on with life. So it becomes normal. You're just like, ntagongwa tu, and then we move on with life. So it's like, if he wanted to do something and it's considered wrong, he would still do it. And then he'll be like, I'll just come, I'll get chapad with the slippers or the mwiko, I'll cry, and then it is what it is. I still got to do what I wanted to do. So it doesn't really work, let's be honest. If you're using it as a form of punishment or whatever, it won't work. There are better ways to handle these things. There are better ways. And when people talk about like, oh, it's your parents can also be wrong. Just because someone is your parent does not automatically mean that they know everything or they're always right. No, a parent can also be wrong. And in this case, this parent was on the wrong, and you trying to silence someone saying, and I think he also offered so much grace because he has more grace than I do. He has more grace than I do, honestly. And I think also the reason people are being like, oh, but he's like still alive. And so, it doesn't change what you did. You did what you did. It doesn't change it. Please, let's not silence victims because it makes us uncomfortable when they speak their truths. Let's not do that. Let's not become those people. Men, if you are truly, truly worried about your mental health, when fellow men are talking about things that they have gone through, just listen. Listen, say sorry, be like take out the lessons that they picked from this. Because a lot of guys, when they share this and say, this is what I learned. For instance, in this case, we're like, oh, we can learn that these people, they can be great out there, but at home, they're not great people. Don't silence people. That's how it's like, I understand when people go like, yeah, it's so hard for men to open up about things. Because when they open up, the first thing you do is you start hurling insults at them. You start telling them to shut up. Therein lies the problem. Here's Oversized T-shirt, Matata, featuring Bien.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
In my oversized T-shirt, is it pink or is it blue? Ukitaka we T-shirt, all your life misunderstood. Hiyo yote ni maisha, now they wishing they were you. Dancing in my T-shirt. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized T-shirt, move your body, move your body. In my oversized T-shirt, move your body, move your body. In my oversized T-shirt, move your body, move your body. In my oversized T-shirt,
move your body, get closer. Morning, baby, looking
body. Say what you want, I'll give it to you, yeah. You don't feel like talking. Ooh, you take it down low. Bring that back, I wanna see some more, yeah. You know you look so fine, so fine. I wanna see you when you whine. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt.
I like it how you move this ass inside my Gucci shirt. Mina jua ukidunga utarudisha. Baby girl you moving fast, ni movie. Nguo zako ziko kete ulisha moving. Na mimi sijui ushakuwa rumi. Unakuwa ngaro juu. French kisses, I'm only telling you bonjour.
I like the way you move too fast. Come baby come, we can take it slower. If you like it, don't make it fast. If I don't, baby come, I don't want this over. Your body on me, come baby come, show me how you play. We can go down night till today. You don't wanna leave, baby, that's okay. Like
ready or not, here we go. Baby, please don't you leave me. Tell me you're not, tell me you go. I don't wanna live like this, no.
move your body, move your body. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt, baby. Move your body, move your body. In my oversized t-shirt.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
You took my time. Nasita but the dinner. No, you had my life. Sungeni ambi amapema. Yeah, and no lie. Sikudhani tumechana. 'Cause in a way you were everything I lacked. Sasa nawaza kila siku, mbona hukuwa mwaminifu? I scratch your back and try to be true, but it just feels like a game to you. Wafanya penzi hiyo mchezo, vile wanicheza, misi uwanja wa mchezo. Mbona wanicheza, wafanya penzi liwe mchezo. Oh, vile wanicheza, misi uwanja wa mchezo. Mbona wanicheza.
Hujawahi ona mwingine na macho. Akina nani wanakujaza mawazo. Tukisonga wanaturudisha mwanzo. Baby, siwezi kucheza. 'Cause I'm all in, falling for you. Even when they calling, nakata 'cause I'm loyal. Why you walking out the door knowing I adore you? Baby, siwezi kucheza. Haya mapenzi siwezi. Siwezi kucheza. Usiuacha wa mchezo. Siwezi kucheza. Haya mapenzi si mchezo. Siwezi kucheza. Usiuacha wa mchezo. Siwezi kucheza.
Wafanya
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
That was Uwanja wa Mchezo, Lalika and Steph Capella. I finally say your name correctly. Also, I was thinking, it's been a while since I had Steph Capella on something. But yeah, and before that, of course, you're listening to Oversized T-shirt. My name is Muthoni Gitao. This is She Talks on Power Radio. We go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So if you want to hang out with me next week, you know what times you gotta save on your kirea. What is it called? Mnekanga kwa calendar. Nieke hapo kwa calendar as it's like what? Entertainment for your work sesh as you're working and everything in between. You can follow us on social media at Power Radio. That is PAWA Radio. We are on Twitter, Instagram, X, TikTok, and all the cool places. You can also follow me at I am Muthoni Gitao on all platforms. I am Muthoni Gitao. That was our show for today. But don't go anywhere. We have a couple of really, really cool jams coming your way. We are starting with Tufanye by Polaris. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you back here next week from Monday, 11 a.m. But remember to also check out Power Radio Morning Show with Jagero from 8 a.m. on Monday.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up. Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Lakini sielewi dunia nzima uliona mimi ndio mshenzi na hii tabia sijaiona na watu wengi na haya huna ukisema ni mapenzi na vile umeja msatufanye na mimi nimeja msatufanye na vile umeja
from sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Anasa za weekendi, anasa za weekendi, anasa za weekendi, anasa.
This is Hendrik Sam.
I don't wanna be lonely tonight. I don't wanna worry about the things that feel heavy deep in my mind. I just wanna have a good time, little enjoyment. Sherehe ndio the new employment. Cause we're living for the moment, and we only live once, so let the moment. I only came here for one thing, oh. I'm not entangled, I am single. This is a necessary evil. Whoa. So give me that tequila, 1, 2 shorty. Leo tutembee kwa magoti. You're giving me the fire, na siwezi deny. Ni kama zimeanza kuripoti. Tequila, 1, 2 shorty. Leo tutembee kwa magoti. Una zile na require, ni wewe na desire. Zimeanza kuripoti. Give me that. Tequila. So give me that. Tequila, 1, 2 shorty. Everybody, everyone, everybody, body report to the dance floor. Everybody, 1, 2, 1. Drinks on me, Itisha, if you want more. Drown it down, we take it to the ground. Sweet tequila, got us spinning round. It's juicy, takes us higher, higher, higher. We only came here for one thing, oh. I'm not entangled, I am single. This is a necessary evil. Whoa. So give me that tequila, 1, 2 shorty. Leo tutembee kwa magoti. You're giving me the fire, na siwezi deny. Ni kama zimeanza kuripoti. Tequila, 1, 2 shorty. Leo tutembee kwa magoti. Una zile na require, ni wewe na desire. Zimeanza kuripoti. Give me that. Tequila. So give me that. Tequila, 1, 2 shorty. Anasa za weekendi, 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 anasa za weekendi. 'Cause we only live once, so let the bomb.
Power Radio.